This is crazy. Look at this. Engoron also ordered sanctions of $7,500 for 5 attorneys who represented the Trump defendants for making frivolous and previously rejected arguments in court filings. This is crazy.
Yeah, you're not allowed to represent Trump. They're doing that in Georgia too. Yeah, wow. I mean, they went for his attorneys.
To call this unprecedented is an understatement of the highest order.
It's an unprecedented understatement.
I mean, it really is. And again, this, and not that I'm trying to get Tim fired up again, but if the government is taking people's property and stuff, then the government is acting lawlessly. What recourse do the people have if you can't rely on the law? And where does this head? I'm not going to say it, but I don't see the off ramp.
Can I interject here?
Sure.
I think the framing is wrong, right? Because this isn't the government. Because the government implies kind of a neutral entity that takes bipartisan consideration of all parties in the country, and the people being themselves a kind of non-partisan entity that just exists separate from the state. It's like it's kind of an archaic way of looking at it. What you have is a left-wing insurgent movement
100%.
that has taken over your country and is now persecuting the former president.
Yeah.
You can't overstate just how over your country is. I mean it's not just bad, right? A country is predicated on goodwill between both parties. Right? No, you don't have goodwill. What you have is an active persecution of the former president, man. Your country is over. And now what's being settled is who gets to rule over the ruins.
All right, look. I certainly think we have our issues here in the United States, but I think, hey, Phil, someone's a little salty about 7076 over here.
Oh, man.
I was going to say, I mean, the man who comes from a failed empire himself.
Right? But I'm very much in the dock that, hey, 1776 was a good thing, and Trump should never have had a mugshot.
No, I agree. I'm just kidding.
You're living in a banana republic, and your ex-president's being persecuted.
I've heard Carl say that the United States is actually the total fulfillment of the English common law of what England was supposed to be before. So I know that he doesn't have the.
So it's constitutional republic envy.
I've become a bit more conservative since then.
Oh no!
Because this isn't happening in my country.
No, your government's just going after businesses like Rumble.
Sure,
that's
but
correct.
That's not my property. I don't know what to tell you.
I mean, I think you're right because Attorney General Letitia James campaigned on being an activist. She was open from the beginning. She didn't say, I'm going to uphold the law and be a representation of fairness. She said, we are going to disrupt the system. We're going to go after Trump. And she is open about her preferences for left-wing causes. I mean, there are a lot of organizations that she is specifically persecuting.
I mean, these people are fighting a war against you. Right?
Yes.
You do understand that. They're actively in arms against you with all of the legal mechanisms they can find.
This is a cultural revolution.
It is. And they're going to extirpate Trump from public life as much as they can. They're going to take everything from him as much as they can. And anyone who stands in alliance with him, I mean, Rudy Giuliani, for me, is crazy. The fact that, he's got a mugshot too. That was America's mail, wasn't it?
He's the greatest.
Yeah, he was the guy at 9/11. Right?
Yes.
He's
Rudy
the guy,
Giuliani.
America's
not just
exactly.
though.
He's the guy who fucking ridded New York of crime, right?
It's before 9/11. He cleaned up the city amazingly well.
Yeah, right. He got rid of the mobs and stuff, right? And if Rudy Giuliani can essentially be paraded around in chains like the failed opposition in a Roman civil war with Donald Trump and everyone else around him, I mean, what kind of country?
Failed Roman Civil War. Tell me more. What is it?
Well, I mean, in a Roman Civil War, basically the losing party get killed, right? But they're on the path to doing that. They're not going to kill Donald Trump. That's going to ruin him. So he's like old blind Belisarius begging for pennies outside of Rome. Right?
I don't know that they wouldn't kill him should it look like he's going to win come November.
If they could, they would, but they won't.
They might try and kill him before. I mean, did you see what's her name? Megyn Kelly was talking about that.
Yeah, they're going to do this.
She was saying that she's concerned that people are going to try and assassinate Trump.
Yeah, I think the time for that's passed. I think they've got the machine in motion, and what they're going to do is just systematically grind down Trump and everyone associated with him. Everything MAGA, everything protester.
So,
but they're going to stigmatize it as terrorism.
But this is why,
which they've been doing already.
And this is, I do think it's not just Trump. I think this is what we see with Russell Brand as well.